What's up, everybody? Jackson here. Welcome back to my third and final part in the Salt Sanctuary Thief boss strategies. And we're gonna get started right here with the Unskinned and the Architect. So it's actually two bosses, as you can see the little lady floating in the air. That's the Architect. And I'd learned from my previous attempts that she was the real problem, so I was trying to focus her. As you can see, she lays out those orbs in the sky and on the ground, like just all over the place at random. Those will deal shitloads of damage to you if you get hit by them. Luckily, the Unskinned is fairly slow and stupid, so though I was trying to focus the Architect, I was finding it kind of easy to get hits on this guy, and when I went to focus the Architect, I would actually lose focus on him and he'd end up hitting me. So like there on this attempt, I was just like, okay, fine then, and I started nuking him. As you can see, I am rocking the poison, and that's why the damage is so increased here, and I'm just nuking them. Plus, I've got my Kaichi, I'm not sure what this name of this sword was, but I've got that maxed. So like this is end, we're nearing the end of the game here, and so I'm looking pretty good, and I'm doing lots of damage. But so like I focused him down first. He was easier to dodge for me for some reason, and like for she was the problem. But when I finally did that, it worked out when I focused him instead of her. So maybe give that a try. Up next, we got the Kraekan dragon Skourzh. Okay, now this guy is a badass motherfucking boss, okay? Like, just the way he looks and everything. So you see that? That's that electric lightning, right? Now he's got his trident, and he's gonna go 3 times in the ground and put those in. If you get hit by them, they hurt. If you get hit by all 3, it's a certain death, right? Then you saw the other attack. A giant orb will form as he holds his trident in the sky, and that's kind of the one where it's kind of safe. He also has a stab down. This is the one where I'm talking. It's kind of safe to hit him right there the most, I found. You can get in, get a few whips off, and then roll out real quick. And you see that? That's kind of the one you want him to be. That's the one you want to be looking for. Other than that, like, play it safe, play it defensive. Like, definitely try not to get hit by, like, the lightning. You see how bad that hurts? Look at that. You see that? If I hadn't have been popped a hill just barely, like, I more than likely would have died. And this was the boss where I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm just going to heal through him. The second I see my heal wearing off, I'm re-healing, and I'm just going to heal through this because hey, I kept getting him down to this burn phase, and he just gets so aggressive and just so many attacks, and I was like, I just got to kill him. I got to get on in there, and so I just was like, as you saw, I just healed through the whole last part of that fight. Just kept my heal active, and he still almost got me, you know what I mean? So watch out for him, but that's how you get him done. Those are what the attacks he's throwing at you. Now this is the Forgotten King. This guy is very cool and very hard. This was one of the most challenging fights in the game. It kind of reminded me of, I can't remember if his name was Vendrick, but basically the king in Dark Souls 2 that you fought, if you remember. Okay, now in this one, the problem was definitely the mage, the one that's flying around. Look at her attack right there. You see that? So it's pretty straightforward. You got these 2 big skeletons that are acting crazy. The king's got his mace, so he's dealing blunt. His guard has the sword, so he's dealing, and so it's just a fucking cool presentation. Reminds me of the Shadows of Yharnam 2 a lot, you know what I mean? Like a super lot. And the king, I didn't really seem to see a burn phase with these bosses. I think that these are just like, okay, we're going to make 3 super hard enemies and we're going to make it a single boss fight. You know what I mean? And so I had the poison active, of course, and I was definitely working on the spellcaster the most. Like, she seemed to be the most important. So I was doing a whole lot of rolling, a whole lot of just avoiding those 2, trying to get her down. And I was thinking in my head the whole time, I'm like, if I can just get her down, this will be so much easier to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, for some reason in my head, I had this thought that as long as I could kill the mage, like, this was going to be easy. So just like, keep healing, doesn't matter, just kill the mage. And it really ended up not being that easy. Because, like, these guys were easy when I was, like, kind of rolling and, crazy rolling. But still, they're getting hits on me, you know what I mean? They're kicking my ass. I'm getting brutalized right now, And I just... dude, this fight was rough. This was a rough freaking fight. My best advice to you is stay calm and just like make sure if you know, just try to hit every roll that you can through them. Definitely have your armor upgraded as high as you possibly can, you know, whatever gear you decide to go with. I went with the boatman's gear. I enjoy the way it looks. It makes my dude look like a kick-ass little samurai. Definitely keep that poison on the blade. As you can see, there's a significant increase to damage. You see that king? He's got that kick, man. And these two complement each other so well when they're together. And it was just, I was having a fucking bitch of a time getting them apart. And you know, it's just a lot of retreating, a lot of dodging, just trying to get in there and get those hits. You know, the best thing I can say about this is just like, the best advice I can give you is come here like near the end of the game, before you go to do the last boss, which this is the last boss I did before the final boss, just because I checked my trophies and I was like, well, what's this hidden trophy? And then I checked a boss guide and I found out there was a hidden boss that I was missing. So I made sure to go and like look up where I could find him, and he is like in a hell of a weird place. So make sure you definitely, before you beat the final boss of the game, look up how to get to this boss, because he is very hidden. And I don't even think you get a trophy for killing him either. Because I'm pretty sure he counts as an optional boss, and not like Mal and who else? There was another one. Oh, the Ronin. He didn't count either. But as you can see, just, you know, like straight up, the strategy I would give you for this one is stay calm and just try to hit those rolls, man. Once you get it down to one guy, it's easy. But those, you know, and definitely my advice, kill the flame guy first. He was dealing so much damage to me. And this is the last boss. This is the Nameless God. And this boss is this is intense. The setting is amazing. The music within this boss fight is very thematic. And there's a whole build up to him, and like that shaky camera. Just, this boss is so fucking awesome. If you're watching this, odds are you probably know. And this boss is amazing. I love this boss. Anyway, so he does the lightning where he throws that at you, right? You know what? I realized finally in this attempt where I was finally able to kill him was when he does that, because that was what he was killing me with. Okay, that attack he does, he will spin the blade. This one right here, though. Now, if he's close to the wall, you don't have to worry about that attack because it comes over his right shoulder, and usually none of them will ever make it out of the wall right there. So that's actually a really good place for him to be. It gets inconvenient when he starts spamming his one attack where he twirls his blade. Oh yeah, and he's got a grab. But he has that ability where he spins the blade and drops it on you. You got to watch out for that. You know, try to roll to the left or to the right. I was trying to roll into him and get a hit off and then roll away, but it was really hard because you see that? You can stagger him through that. So he doesn't, you see, and that still hit me pretty hard. But the longer he's up there, the more of those he'll summon. And if you just let him sit up there unchallenged, he will end your life. He will summon so many of those that there will be literally no way you can survive. Okay? This guy is probably, in my opinion, he's the third hardest in the game. But he is definitely, he took me a long time to do. He probably took me the longest. I'd say next to, you know what, that fucking, that Queen of Smiles, man, that chick, oh, that one was probably still the longest. I think that was more due to my weapon, though. This guy is probably harder, arguably. Because I felt like with her, it wasn't that I was doing enough damage. And I felt like with him, it was I had the damage, but he just had so much. You see how long that was? And you can get away with rolling under him and just keep rolling. I found that out just then. I think that was the first time I was able to pull that dodge off. Because when he was up in the air and I just couldn't get away, you see, and over there, you don't see any. Because it just like disappears into the wall. So, like, I should have ran and tried to deal some damage to him. I'm just so scared of this guy at this point, man, because this guy has just been... You see, and then sometimes they come. So it's like, I don't know. He was tripping me out, man. I was so scared, and, like, the whole presentation, the whole area, how dark it is, you know, and, like, that wicked design in the background. I mean, something about this boss room is very disconcerting. That's all I'm going to say, like, because I mean, I felt a general level of stress due to the challenge, you know, but Yeah, this I felt it for other reasons. Like I felt it like Bloodborne style felt it, if that makes sense, with the atmosphere that game set. But anyway, guys, that's it for my boss guide. I hope you guys were able to get all of these guys and get them down, and I hope I was able to help. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Keep being fucking awesome and keep kicking ass at everything you play.